No, Blue Falcon's suit has a bigger red F on the chest.
I told you I wasn't going to be the only one who noticed.
Scooby-Doo has been an animated staple for over 50 years. But ruh-roh, looks like Scoob has made a few mistakes in his long, hilarious history. Number 1, seems Shaggy has been watching too much diners, drive-ins, and dives.
No.
In the second episode of the original Scooby-Doo TV show, A Clue for Scooby-Doo, the mystery gang are haunted by a glowing scuba diver. A sailor claims that it's the ghost of Captain Cutler, who, according to legend, died at sea many years ago when his boat got wrecked and now wants revenge. Doesn't sound that scary, but Shaggy still gets spooked. While investigating, Shaggy takes a break by sitting on a rock, which turns out to be a switch to enter a cave. He gets so scared by what happens that his hair actually turns Freddy blonde for a moment.
I thought that rock was pretty suspicious.
That's a joke, by the way. It's an error for sure. Number 2, smells like an animation error to us.
Let's flip a slice of bologna to the side.
What?
In the original series episode, The Haunted House Hangout, Fred, Daphne, Velma, Scooby, and Shaggy cruise down a wooded back road towards a rock festival. Why there is a rock festival in this wooded area? Well, they're a bunch of teens. Give them a break. Anyway, they pull up to a farmer on the road. This farmer gives Shaggy the creeps, so much so that Shaggy has his nose scared right off. Number 3, Shaggy just can't seem to keep his face together in the OG series. In one of the most famous original episodes, Hassle in the Castle, also known as the Man Under a Sheet Being a Ghost episode,
one of my best acts.
The gang is able to lose the ghost momentarily. After Freddy thinks they're safe and Shaggy says groovy,
We've lost him. Groovy.
His eyes disappear mid-shot, not groovy. Number 4, seems the animators weren't told who the villain was.
And I wish you'd have minded your own business.
In the episode Don't Fool with the Phantom, the main villain can be seen hanging out behind the gang when the Phantom appears on stage. But he should be inside the suit in this scene.
Well, it is original.
He also disappears, so we know he is meant to be inside the suit. For all the kids who saw this and thought the perpetrator wasn't him, we don't blame you. Number 5, Thelma may be known for her poor eyesight.
He knows I can't see without my glasses.
In the episode Bedlam in the Big Top, there is a phantom clown who hypnotizes Scoob. Scooby-Doo then does some acrobatics he wouldn't normally be capable of. To save him, Thelma climbs a ladder to get him down from the high wire. Unfortunately, it seems her hands are grabbing thin air instead of the rungs of the ladder she is climbing. She does not fall though, thank goodness. Number 6, we didn't know Fred had some owl in his background.
Wouldn't you know it?
In this scene from the episode Mind Your Own Business, Daphne falls down a mine shaft while the gang isn't looking. However, when Fred turns to look for her, he doesn't bother turning his whole body around, and instead just turns his head a full, inhuman 180 degrees to talk to Daphne. This animation error is so ridiculous, it's turned into its own meme online. Number 7, the man loves his wardrobe changes. What else can we say? In A Night of Fright is No Delight, the gang spends a night at a spooky mansion. By 10 p.m., Fred has already gotten into his pajamas and is ready for a snooze. However, Scooby's antics get him involved, and he is seen in his usual shirt with an ascot combo that he's well known for. But then the next scene, he's back in his pajamas.
You gotta be kidding.
So he either insists upon changing for every occasion no matter how dire, or it's an animation mistake. You decide. Number 8, for all the boomers out there, let us know if this adds up. At the beginning of the movie Scoob, we begin at Venice Beach, where Scooby and Shaggy first meet in this iteration of the crew. One of the beachgoers in this scene has a boombox with 2 headphone jacks. And while we're not really big boombox folks, we're pretty sure that is not how it works. Do you have a boombox with 2 jacks? Number 9, Shaggy is a big food enthusiast, but this doesn't quite add up. In the film Scoob, when we first see a young Shaggy, he had a burger and fries, which were knocked out of his hands by the cop chasing Scooby after some food thievery. We never see him visit a sandwich shop afterward. Yet, in the next scene, he has a sandwich he's about to enjoy for the beach, which means he brought this sandwich with him just in case he couldn't get any more food, or that he knew his burger and fries would be ruined.
It's got gummy worms, tater tots, and ketchup leather.
Number 10. If not candy, then what is Halloween for?
It's all in the hips.
When Shaggy and Scooby meet Fred, Daphne, and Thelma to form the Mystery Gang for the first time, they are dressed for Halloween in elaborate costumes. And since they're dressed up and they're children at this time, you would assume that they must be trick-or-treating together. But as you can see, they have no bags on them. So what were they up to before they met with Scoob and Shaggy? Maybe they were also planning on robbing him for some candy, but felt bad? Number 11. We need to get this architect on call pronto.
Okay.
When the kids see the outside of this spooky house for the first time, the windows are set up like this. But then we enter the house and the windows are now completely different from the inside view. We'd say this was because they were shooting on 2 different sound stages, but this is an animated movie. All they had to do was check. Number 12. That's not the brand we use or have ever heard of, but no judgment here. In the film Scoob, Thelma says she's going to search for a geographical location using arsenic, selenium, and coppertone. She gets these from a hair they found in an alleyway Scoob and Shaggy were in previously.
What are you doing? Touching it with bare fingers. Ugh.
Now, ignoring the logic of assuming this hair is somehow connected to the pair and not just a random hair, and ignoring the idea that you can search the entire planet based on 3 materials and it would give you 1 result, not hundreds, ignoring all those issues, it's clear Thelma types in Coppertom instead of coppertone. You know, like you wear sunscreen to get a copper tone of skin, not a Coppertom of skin. What is a Coppertom? The search should just straight up not work, but it does. Thelma, what's going on, girl? Very disappointed. Number 13. We guess the producers thought he was just not interesting enough to remember. In the opening of the animated series What's New Scooby-Doo, a newer version of the classic Scooby-Doo mysteries, the second time we see the gang's silhouettes in front of 3 panels of different colors, Fred's silhouette is not there. It's missing, and not because he's been kidnapped. They just really forgot about it, which is pretty funny, but also clearly a mistake. Number 14. Remember to always bring your phone, your wallet, and your travel-size sub sandwich. In the animated film Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, Scoob and Shaggy work on chewing down a sandwich to packable size to fit into their picnic basket, which is a great, funny solution. But then they take it out again and it's even smaller than it was before. Now, we could say one of them was sneaking bites, but no one calls that out, so we're gonna assume it's a mistake.
Eat some of that Creole potato salad.
Number 15. It's all about the Scooby snacks, isn't it? In the film Scoob, Shaggy and Scoob first bond over a sandwich, which is very much like them. However, the sandwich which brings the pair together moves without explanation between shots from different angles of the two.
I know.
They're not meant to be time jumps. It's just a bit of forgetting where the sandwich was space-wise. We also misplace food all the time. Those were all the biggest mistakes that we noticed. Any you noticed that we didn't mention? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe for more animated content. And thanks for watching The Things Animated.